Good evening, students. So as we decided, let's start out with the second paper. So already we completed first paper. So today I thought of starting second paper. First paper, long answers were remaining. So we'll start that later. Once any one of you remind me, like I need to share out the PDF of first and second paper. After completion of the class, I'm not remembering that. And then winding up the class. So when the last session will go on, that time please remind me once so that we can start out our Is it clear? Now I feel like everyone can see paper clearly. We'll wait for a few minutes. Wait for a few minutes. Okay, who's that little story? Will you say your name? Will you say your name? Wait for a few minutes, till then you can read that first page I already shared. Okay, the first question. Which type of soil is ideal for? Okay, Ashwa Chaitra. Okay, Nana. So here the different names are there. I'll not be able to know your names. So better if you write your names. Okay, Nana. So here this is the second paper. Later on I'll share your first paper which you can start. So here, which type of soil is ideal for growing cotton? So mostly all of you know that black cotton soil. Black soil is also called cotton soil as it is ideal for the growth of cotton. Now the next, find out odd one. So here wind, water, solar energy and metals are there. Wind, water, solar energy, all these are resources. So metal comes under metallurgy. So thus metallurgy is the odd one. Now the next one, few minutes. Huh? So here, now the third question, which industry uses bauxite as raw material? Aluminium smelting. Even yesterday also we discussed. Aluminium smelting is the industry which uses bauxite as raw material. Next, who hosted the Congress of Vienna in 1815? So it's Austrian Chancellor Duke Austrian Chancellor Duke Matrix. So here, can you see all the letters clearly or you want me to reduce the size? Expand IMF. In yesterday's paper also this was there. Expand IMF. So here, IMF stands for, can you guess answer? Can you guess answer? IMF stands for? What is this metronic? Ashrit, I'm not getting what you wrote answer. Okay, International Monetary Fund yesterday. I think Vaishnavi gave that infant mortality rate. Then I told like R is not there. So infant mortality rate will not come. Now the next one, what is Eldorado? In South American famous for? So here El Dorado is a legendary city that was believed to be filled with gold and riches. So it is the richest city which is filled with gold and riches. Next one, find out the mismatched pair. So here Tata Motor, then Ranbaxy, that is IT Asian Paints. So here odd one, you can memorize this. So I'll give 2 minutes time where you can go with 1 mark questions quickly. So I don't think there is a need of explanation for this. For what you wrote, Srinidhi has gold. For which answer you are giving gold as answer? So that's filled with riches and golds. Okay, gold. Correct. Question number 6. 7th, what is the oldest political party of India? What is the oldest political party of India? Is there any guess? What is the oldest political party of India? Already answer is there. National Congress. So it was there prior to independence. And then the last question. Who presides over the meeting of municipal corporation? Mayor. Municipal corporation meetings were presided by mayor, not an Indian MNC. So it's not an Indian multinational company, Apple. Rest of all are Indian multinational companies. So one question you are getting definitely from multinational companies. So that also you can cover out. Okay, now this got completed. Now the next one, 11th question, based on the first pair, fill the second pairs. Coming together federation, USA. Holding together federation. So if you remember, holding together India, coming together USA. The next question, rewrite the countries. So this was there in yesterday's paper also. So once you can revise it. Japan, Mexico, France and China. So Mexico, France, China and Japan. Read both the questions fast. We'll start next one. Do it fast. Okay, next question. Section B. What are basic industries? Give any 2 examples. Basic industries are those industries which supply raw material for manufacturing of other goods. So if you remember, basic industry is the industry which provides raw material for the other industry. That's why we call them basic industry. Iron and steel industry, aluminum smelting industry are the example of basic industry. Even they can be called as key industry. Along with the listening, try to complete the answer also. If I'm reducing the size, are you able to see it? So as with that size, you cannot see all the answer at a time. So once you message me. Yesterday section 4 was not discussed. That is in the first paper. Okay. So this I started the second paper. Then if we have time, then we'll again go through with the first paper. I'll share both the PDFs to you in group. Soon the class will get over. Like when we are about to wind up, once you remind me that I need to share it. Okay, now after that, state any 2 merits of roadway. So this you can write like roadway, it supplies door to door. Okay. So roadway we have door to door supply. So here the points are given. The construction cost of roadway. So here, wait for a few minutes. Few minutes only. So once you check out, like if I'm reducing the size, are you able to see it? Or listen carefully. Anyhow, I'm going to provide PDF to you. I'll open book and start from there. Few minutes only. Let me open book. Okay, here, repeating once again, what are basic industries? Give any 2 examples. Basic industry are those industries which supply raw material for the other goods. These are also called key industry. Why we call basic industry to be key industry? Because they are providing basic goods or the raw material for the other industries. Next one, any two merits of roadway. The construction cost of roadway is much lower than that of the railways. Maintenance of road is also cheap and easy. So it's cheaper and easy. Maintenance can be done very easily because the sweeper can sweep it out. And even if it get damaged or washed away during rain, it can be repaired easily. So thus the maintenance is easy for it. And next one, cost of construction is also low for roadways. Then the next one, roads can be built even in mountainous region. Roads can be constructed even in the mountainous region. Third point, transport of goods from door to door is easy in the road transport. The cost of loading and unloading is less than compared to the railways. In railways, they need to have coolies who will carry out the things and they supply till the road. Then it is again sent to the centers where they are needed. So thus the cost is getting added. But in roadways, directly they have the supply, and the most important is like it have door-to-door delivery. You can write in your own words, it has door-to-door delivery. Now the next question, mention the movements of flow within international economic exchange. So here, mention the movement or flow within international economic exchange. So here the first one, trade flow. Second one, the flow of labor. Third one is capital flow. So here three flows are there. The first one is trade flow, where the business is getting transferred at international level. The flow of labor. Flow of labor is nothing but brain drain, where the people will shift to other countries to have job. Capital flow, movement or the flow within the international economic exchange. So these three flows comes under international exchange. Repeating once again, first one is trade flow, second one is flow of labor, third one is capital flow. Trade flow, flow of labor, capital flow. Now the next question, what are the contribution of printing press in spreading knowledge in Europe? So this is the last chapter of history. John Gutenberg's invention of movable type printing quickened the spread of knowledge. So here Gutenberg invented movable type of printing. Even in the class someone asked, I don't remember, I think Sanjana asked this question. So Gutenberg invented movable type of printing which quickened the spread of knowledge, discovery and literacy in Renaissance Europe. So here, what is Renaissance? That is the new Europe, where they started with the spread of knowledge. After the printing press, the knowledge got spreaded out and the literacy rate got increased. Then the printing revolution also contributed mightily to the Protestant Reformation that split apart the Catholic Church. So here, Protestant Reformation. So this point, so here if you remember, like at that time, the Protestant church were popular. So there are two categories in the churches. One is called Catholic Church and other is called Protestant Church. So Protestants are much more particular in their religion compared to Catholic. Catholics are little liberal. So here, the printing revolution also contributed mightily to the Protestant Reformation. So there the Protestant Reformation started apart from the Catholic Church. Okay. So Protestant Reformation apart from Catholic Church. Next, moving to the next answer. List the subjects included in the state list. So this also you can point out, like in social you are getting this question where you need to write about state list and union list. So here, list the subjects included in the state list. The first one, union list, key subjects, defense of India, atomic energy. Even last year, question paper also, the main question paper, this question was there. They gave in bit part. So they can ask anything and they can ask like in which list the particular thing comes. So here defense of India, atomic energy, foreign affair, railways, post and telegraph, banking, insurance, Central Bureau of Intelligence and Investigation, taxes on income other than agriculture income, currency, communication. So agriculture, currency and communication. Census, all this comes under union list. Then the state list, state policy, public health. So this you need to learn only. Okay, I'm reading the answer, not showing you words. So here, state police, public health and sanitation, agriculture, local government, land and land reforms, market, fair, district hospital, sanitation, irrigation, road, forest. So what comes under state list? The regular one, the common one will be in state list. And in union list, all the related to central government, like related to the country where the decisions has to be taken on wide range, they come under union list. Next one, 18th question, caste alone cannot determine election result in India. Justify. So here many times we find that the ministers, they emphasize particular caste, like I am the minister of your caste, your creed, your religion, so you must vote to me. So that is unfair elections. So how the caste is determining the elections, cannot determine the election result. Okay, here the answer, no parliamentary constituency has a clear majority of any single caste. So here when we see the parliament, no constituency, no particular party is having any single majority of caste. No party wins all the votes on particular caste. That is the second point. No party is winning because of caste only. Third one, sitting MPs or MLAs frequently lose elections in our country. Generally, MLAs and MPs, they change very frequently. If it is like the same caste will win always, means the same MPs will continue again and again. That could not have happened if all caste and communities were frozen in their political preferences. So here, that could not have happened if all caste and communities have frozen in their political preference. Like the MLAs and MPs are changing. It could not have happened. The changing could not have happened if the same caste will be frozen. Frozen means fixed in parliament. So no caste is fixed in the parliament. So parliament decisions or the elections are not related to caste. Is it clear? Or you want me to repeat it again? Is it clear? So here the question, caste alone cannot determine election results. So you need to write like, caste is having no role to play in elections, no majority group is having or winning on the basis of elections. So you can make your own points. Are you listening? No responses I'm getting. Okay, now the next question here. Picture is given. You can see that picture. So here it is given, the statement is written, we will shift this factory to another country. It has become expensive here. So here what the multinational companies think like, they want to set up their factories in the country which is cheaper in labor. Okay. So if they get the cheap labor, they can shift out, they can earn more profits. So they always choose for such country which is having low cost investment. So here the person is saying like, we are going to shift the company as now it is becoming too costly. So a question on that, analyze the picture in the context of globalization. On the context of globalization, we need to say like, okay, what this picture means. We need to relate it on the basis of picture. Globalization has spurred economic growth by increasing foreign investment and expanding trade. It helps the management to find the cheaper locations so that they can earn more profit. It is a way by which the companies can both expand their business and earn more profit. So basing on the picture you need to analyze. So in the picture what is given? They are saying like we are going to shift the company. Why they want to shift? Because now it became costly. So how you can explain the answer here? So most of the MNCs are concentrating because they are getting more profit if they will have less expenditure in particular company. So because of globalization, the manufacturer or the management want to earn more profit. Clear? Shall I move further? Some of you please comment. Shall I move further? Say it fast. Okay, now the next question. Prepare any 2 slogans to alert consumer. Okay, any 2 slogans to alert consumer. Slogans on consumer: stay informed, stay protected. Stay informed and stay protected. So always it is mentioned like always you should be informed. Then know your rights, be a smart consumer. So this is the slogan prepared by you. So thus stay informed, and the next one, know your rights and be a smart consumer. So this you need to learn. Unless you learn, you cannot write. So slogans are also very often asked in your paper. Now we are going to start out with the section 3. So here in third section, so total you are getting 12 1-mark questions. Then section B, so as this paper will be of 50 marks, your essay, or 100 marks. Is it told? If it is of 100 marks, means same pattern you are going to have. 12 1-mark questions. Then section 2, there of total 20 questions, that is starting from 13 onwards, so 8 questions are there. Then the section 3, how have human activities affected the depletion of flora and fauna? So this kind of questions are very easy questions where you can write in your own words. Okay, answer can be completed by your own. Flora and fauna, how they are affected by human activities. So here, the first one is given deforestation. So all of you know that when the forests are removed, it will affect the flora and fauna of that particular place. Deforestation for agriculture expansion and urbanization. So mostly deforestation is done for agricultural expansion and urbanization. Urbanization is development of cities. Then degradation of forest by shifting cultivation without afforestation. So they are going for the deforestation for shifting agriculture. So already you know slash and this zoom agriculture and all. So in primitive time that they were using, where they were clearing out the forest, but they are never doing the afforestation. They were never planting the trees, only they were cutting it. So that is also one of the treat for the flora and fauna. Next, large scale development of project. So when this MNCs are set up, they clear out the forest. Large scale development of project. Mining and quarrying activities. So when they go for the mining, that time also they remove forest. Habitat destruction. So when they clear the forest, it will destroy the habitat, staying place of animals or plants, we can say that. It will destroy the habitat. Hunting rare species. So sometimes rare species are being hunted, like rhinoceros is hunted for its in the nose it has some chemicals for that, and moreover okay, I don't remember the examples now, I'm not getting. So many animals are being, even the elephant which is hunted for its tusk. So animals are often hunted for its skin and sometimes for its bones, where medicines are prepared out of which, and then the rare animals are being hunted, so which are making them to get extinct. Now the next point, over exploitation of the forest product. So when forest products are over exploited, means it is used more than they are present. So that also leads to loss of habitat. Next, environmental degradation. So when this forest is removed, it will degrade the environment. It will lead to soil erosion, then lessen the rain, decrease in the rainfall or increase in the temperature. So in that way, the environment is getting disturbed. So we can say it like environmental degradation. Next one, forest fire. Sometimes this is the calamity which happens suddenly where there is forest fire, and because of forest fire, animals and plants get die out. Plants burn, that is the fauna is getting flora and fauna, they are getting extinct because of forest fire also. So this answer you can make in your own words, just to recall it twice or thrice. You can write the answer if you will get the same question. Next question, describe the distribution of coal in India. So this is also important question, coal one. Indian coal occurs, so yeah, Indian coal occurs in rock series of two main geographical ages, namely Gondwana and little over 200 million years in the age, and tertiary deposition which was only about 55 million years old. So what they said, like Indian gold, it is having two series of deposition. Okay, that is the old deposition and new deposition. The coal mines has got two varieties of deposition. One is old deposition and other is new deposition. The old one is Gondwana, a little over 200 million years ago. So you can write the point in little simple way. Gold deposition is having two geographical ages deposition. The first one is Gondwana deposition and the second one is tertiary deposition. Gondwana deposition is 200 million years old, whereas the tertiary deposition is only 55 million years old. Second point, major resource of Gondwana coal which are metallurgical coal are located in Damodar Valley. So here the Gondwana coal is located at Damodar Valley, which is in West Bengal, Jharkhand. Then Zaria, Raniganj, Bokaro are important coal fields of that. The next one, Godavari, Mahanadi, Son, Wardha Valley are also connect coal deposits. So what they said, like the Gondwana deposits the major states which covers that name is given. You can remember around 4 to 5, or if you memorize this all, it's well and good. Next one, tertiary coal. So the first point, they said like the coal mines are having two ages deposition. The one is old one, other is new one. Old one is Gondwana deposition, new one is tertiary deposition. Gondwana is 200 million years old, whereas the tertiary deposition is 55 million years old. So the first point is over. Then you need to explain like where we are having Gondwana deposition. Some states names are there. Then the next point, where you are having tertiary coal deposition, that is in the northern east states of Meghalaya, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh and Nagaland. One more simple way you can remember, like the first one, old one is in the southern states and tertiary one is in northern states. As coal is, next last point, as coal is bulky raw material and is needed by all the heavy industries and thermal power projects, most of the industries are located in coal producing areas. So the last point, like coal industry, it is a bulky industry because the transportation cost is very high because of its weight. So mostly industries are established where these coal mines are there, nearby areas of the coal mines. Which kind of industries? Manufacturing industries and thermal power projects. Answer is over. Only 4 points are there. The first one is related to old one and new one. Then the second one, where the old is there, where the new is there. Old one is in the southern states, new is in northern states. Then the last point, where the coal mines are deposited. Answer over. Let's move with the 23rd answer. So last answer of this page. Here it is given, the ideal of, the ideal of the French Revolution are still relevant in present day India. Explain how. So the French Revolution, whatever changes they made during French Revolution, still it is in India. Okay, still these are we are seeing in India. Explain the ideals of the French Revolution, that is liberty, equality and fraternity, are still relevant in India. Liberty, already you know, so all the laws are made liberal. Equality, everyone are equal before the law. Fraternity, so we consider everyone to be our brother, that is brotherhood, are still relevant in India today. These principles which fueled the French Revolution are deeply embedded in India's constitution and continue to inspire its democratic ideals and social movement. So yeah, these ideals, what are the three ideals? Liberty, then fraternity and equality. These are the ideal keys of French Revolution, and we can find them in India also. You can make the point simple. Then you will be explaining one by one. How we find liberty? The concept of individual liberty, freedom of speech. So here, what is liberty? Freedom of speech and the right to participate in law making as championed during the French Revolution is enshrined in India's fundamental rights. So this you can write like in simple way. The idea of liberty, that is freedom of speech and right to participate in law making. Okay, right to participate in law making, which was there in French Revolution, is accepted by Indian Constitution also. Second one, equality. Revolutions call for equality before the law and the abolition of feudalism. So what is feudalism? Feudalism is labors, like without paying. Okay, this you had in 9th standard. Feudal duties they had to provide, feudal dues. During French Revolution, we read like the third estate people, they have to provide the labor to first and second nobles and clergy. Okay, without getting any kind of salaries. That is feudalism. Then resonates with India's effort to create a more just and equitable society. So now the India's effort is to create equitable society. Equitable society means where the society is having equal law and rules for every citizen. And the next one, equitable society despite ongoing challenges related to caste and social hierarchies. So there is caste and social hierarchy. So hierarchy means whatever generally we saw that hierarchic continuation in Congress rule, that once if the Congress leader is the leader, next his son will continue. Like Rahul Gandhi was there, then the Sonia Gandhi, then Sanjay Gandhi, then after that like that the Gandhi family got continued. That we call hierarchy continuation. When we come across equality, all these kind should not be there. Then fraternity, the idea of fraternity emphasizing social solidarity and brotherhood is crucial in India's context, especially in the diverse nation with various social and religious groups. So like our country, which is a diverse country, we are having different caste and religion. So in this country, it is very important to have idea of brotherhood. So you need to explain about liberty, that is liberty. There you will be explaining about freedom of speech and equality before the law. So because of this liberty, we got these two kind of rights, which are making us free from having suppressed, or this we got from the French Revolution. Now the next one, equality. Everyone are equal before the law. There is no hierarchical that the country is fighting to ongoing contest of the hierarchical continuation. Fraternity, as our country is a diverse country, we are having many religious and language speaking people. So in this kind of diverse or vast country, it is very important to have brotherhood among ourselves to have a peaceful coexistence. To stay together, it is important to have fraternity. Clear? Shall I continue next answer? Okay, 100 marks paper is there, na? Himanshu, somewhere you wrote once you explained, ma'am. I don't know for what you wrote that. Before this, just before 100 marks. Himanshu? Is everything clear? Are you getting the things explained to you? Okay. Now the next question. Analyze the living condition of the workers during industrialization. So when this industrialization started, how the working condition of the people? Industrialization, first one is overcrowding. Industrial towns and cities struggled to accommodate the influx of workers, leading to cramped living spaces. So here when industrialization started, there was a cramped living space. That is, they were not having proper living space. Okay, why they were not having proper living place? Because there was a traffic of labors. So wherever there was industry development, the people rushed over there to get job opportunities. So thus the overcrowding got started. Poor sanitation. If there is overcrowding, the sanitation facilities will be poor. More people will be there than the place. So they don't have any kind of facilities. So overwhelmed sewage and sanitation system coupled with lack of clean water created breeding grounds for disease. So here when there is overcrowding, it will lead to sanitation problems where it will have sewage deposition, no clean water, and breeding place for different diseases. Okay, next one, inadequate housing. So now here the same point continuation is there. As more people are there, so they don't have sufficient housing. Houses are not there. Many workers lived in overcrowded tenements, rooms, cellars, or shanty towns with poor ventilation and sanitation. So people were staying together where there is poor sanitation. No proper sanitation is there. Neither they are having proper place to stay. Next one is low wages and long hours. Now here many people are there. So this comes under employment chapter also. I think in 9th standard it was there. When more people will be there, then the need, their salary offer will be less. As more competition is there, they will take that worker who will agree to do at the low wages. So because of overcrowding, wages are low and they need to work for long hours. If you concentrate on the subheadings, easily you can write the statement inside. The first one is overcrowding. How the overcrowding is there? Because of industrialization, many people were shifted to cities to have jobs. Poor sanitation, as more crowding is there, so sanitation facilities are less. No clean water is there, ground place or the breeding place for the disease spreading insects or germs. Next, sewage deposition, uncleaned roads. You can write in your own words. Inadequate housing. Because of the overcrowding, housing facilities are inadequate. People have to stay in the congested places. And then the next one, low wages and long hours. So here, workers including the women and children face the low wages. As the competition is more, so they need to compete among themselves for the long hours and wages. Next, disease outbreak. When there is overcrowd, automatically disease will get outbreak. So there will be spread of communicable disease like cholera, typhoid and tuberculosis. So tuberculosis is very often seen in the crowded places. Tuberculosis is nothing but TB. Okay, now this got completed. 25th question, now we are moving. So here, mention different aspects of life in which women are discriminated or disadvantaged in India. So this is also a very important question which you can write very easily in your own words. How the women are discriminated. So here already you know that women are discriminated on the basis of like respect in the society also. So here the first one, education. More opportunities are given um, to boys compared to girls. So because of um, orthodox family um, nature, so mostly the parents, now it got changed, but in olden times, or still some people are having the thought like if they educate to their boys compared to girls, they will bring the um, name to the family. If they will educate the girl, anyhow the girl has to go to other, okay, she will get married and she will go to some other family. So what is the need to spend more on girl compared to boys? So there is the first one, education. Women lag behind man in literacy rate and access to higher education. The literacy rate among the women is only 54% compared to 76% among the men. So why there is less literacy rate? The reason is they don't want to spend more on girl compared to boy. Only 54% literacy rate is there in women, whereas in man it is 76. Political representation. The portion of women in India's legislative body is very low. Lok Sabha, the percentage of elected women members is 14.36% in 1919, and the share in the state assemblies is less than 5%. So here in political, in India's legislative bodies, even the politics also, the female percentage is very less. In Lok Sabha, it is around 14.36% in 2019, whereas in the state assemblies, it is less than 5%. I think you understood this point. Okay, let's move with the next one. Here, the next one, work and employment. Women face gender-based discrimination in the workforce. They often perform unpaid and invisible work within houses. So this you can notice, like mother completes work at the house throughout the day, but preference is given to father. Everyone will say that father is earning and he is getting everything and he is only taking care of the family. Though the mother also equally contribute. She also works for throughout the day. She completes all the work, but her work is unnoticed, unpaid compared to father's work. So it is women work at the house, but it is unnoticed or invisible, unpaid work within the household, while the men work is more visible and lead to income generation. Next, violence and harassment. Women face various forms of harassment, exploitation and violence, both within the house. So women is facing violence both within the house and in public spaces also. The area of particularly, urban areas are particularly unsafe for the women. This answer is also very easy if you mostly concentrate on the subheadings, learn them very nicely. The like inner points you can make in your own words. If the headings are clear cut, your answer will be effective. So here the 4 points are given. Education, concentrate on the percentage. Women are having 54% literacy rate, whereas the male are 76%. Second one, political representation. In Lok Sabha, women percentage is 14.36, whereas in state assemblies it's less than 5%. Then the next, work and employment. Though the women work equally to the man, but her work is invisible, unpaid. Next one, violence. They faces violence even at the house also and workplace also, and they are most very often in urban areas. Clear? Is it clear? Okay. Shall I continue or wind up? What you want? 26th question, 28th question is there. Again, we are at section 4 only. So tomorrow, instead of going out with the short questions, we'll cover out section 4 of both. Okay. Okay, let's continue. Now here, 26th question. 26th is industrialized countries can afford democracy, but the poor need dictatorship to become rich. Give argument to support or oppose this assertion. So, what is the question here? Industrialist. If there is any industrialist, he is getting benefit because of democracy. But for a poor person, if there are monarch, if there are king, if there are dictator, they will get benefit. So whether you agree with that or disagree. So yeah, I oppose this statement. Dictatorship can implement economic policies swiftly without the bureaucracy and lengthy legislative process. Dictatorship often come at the cost of human rights, civil liberties, and political freedom. But whereas democratic system prioritize, okay, they gives prioritize human rights, individual freedom, and political participation. Democracies often have stronger institutions that provide check and balance on power. So what they said, like if there are dictator, if there are king, they will just implement the economic policies. Whatever they say, everyone has to follow that. But in democracy, we have the choice of decision making, okay, where the people can go with the thing of they can at the cost of human rights. Means in democracy we are having human rights or the fundamental rights, then civil liberties, political freedom. So all these are not there in dictatorship, whereas in democracy we got all the freedom. So democracy is much more better than dictatorship. You need to answer like which one is best. You need to argue. If you agree, why you agree. If you disagree, why you disagree. You need to write the answer. Okay, next question here. Design a development model for the poor nation in context to economic development. So you need to explain about how the development is taking place in poor nations. So first one is human capital. Key intervention, free primary health care. So what you can do? Human capital, free primary health care, vaccination, school feeding program, and vocational training hubs. So this vocational training hubs, what is vocational training hubs? Where the person is trained with some talents, like they can get the knowledge of like electrician or tailoring. So like that, some courses are provided to them. If they are not well settled or well good in their academic field, they are not good in their studies, they can survive with their vocational courses. So this vocational hubs are being established to provide proper guidance to those who are not good in studies. So first one is primary health care centers are there, vaccination as program is being started, school feeding like for the poor people or to attract them so that they will go to school. They provide lunch in the school, Anganwadi and all we come across, so that maximum kids can enroll them. The next one, agriculture revitalization, that is micro irrigation, drought resistant seeds, micro irrigation where the water should not, like they will not make the water to get lost. If you remember in 7th standard, I think there was a sprinkler method, and then sprinkler method, all these different irrigation methods were there where they will reduce the wastage of water. That comes under micro irrigation. Then drought resistance. Sometimes where there is no rainfall, the seeds will not germinate. So in that case, they will artificially prepare the seeds, or they make it like hybrid seeds, which can be drought resistance. Even during the dry season, they get germinated. With less water, they can survive, preparing that variety of seeds. Then farmer cooperative rural roads. So here, roads construction, then farmers cooperatives, banks for the farmers. So how the outcomes, when the intervention is done, what are the outcomes? So the first one, when human capital is invested, so they are concentrating on the human capital. So how they will get benefit? Healthy workers. If they provide proper schooling, vaccination, vocational training, what the result they get? They get healthy workforce, skilled person they can get, okay, skilled labor. Then when they go for the agriculture development, food security. So as they are concentrating on the agriculture, so food security means if there is any calamities, the food will be available to everyone, which generally the surplus food is stored in government granaries where they keep the extra food, and that is provided to ration shops and all. If there is any sudden calamity, like during COVID, if you have experienced, like many ration shops were opened which were providing grains to the poor one, those were unable to afford it. Now the next one, light industries and trade, export processing zone. So here light industry, export processing zone, textile, agro processing, SME micro loan. Can you give the full form SME? I don't remember. Is there anyone who can say what is SME? Is there anyone? Is there anyone who will say what is SME? No one are there? No one are there to say? Okay, once you search out like what is SME, huh? Now only last point is there. So because of this, jobs in manufacturing, tech enabled service. So when they got all this knowledge, processing zone, they're getting more job opportunities in manufacturing industry. Then adaptive infrastructure, solar mini grids, that is mobile, broadband, modular, roads, clean water system. So when they had adaptive infrastructure, if infrastructure is good, lower energy cost, digital incursion. So they will go to the digital world where there is less energy loss. The last point is governance and institution, e-governance portal, community anti-corruption, monitor large tilting reforms. So here, land tilting reforms. So if you remember, like in nationalism, some of the points will come where there was huge landlords. They were making only the labors. They were not letting anyone to start out with the work, to have their own lands. Then ultimately during the freedom, so their lands were seized, which is called Land Tilling Act. So land is for the tiller. The farmer who is tilling it, the land is for them. Landlords are not having any kind of rights on that. So that is called Land Tilling Act. So why these reforms are made? So that they can have trust business, climate investment. So because of all this, they are having a trustful business environment. Now the last question, and this is the last question of today's class. Section 4. If you want, I'll discuss this tomorrow. Okay, Himanshu gave the answer. Small and medium size enterprises. Okay, thank you. So SME, small and medium sized enterprises. Now the last question, mention a few factors which causes exploitation of consumer. So this also you can write in your own words. What are the causes of exploitation? The first one, lack of awareness among the consumer. So how the consumer are getting exploited? If you don't have knowledge, then only we get exploited. Okay, the lack of knowledge. Second one is limited competition. In yesterday's class, we discussed when there is more competition, we are having more choices. If less competition is there, more chances of getting cheated or exploited. Then the next one, illiterate consumer. If the consumer is illiterate, he can be cheated easily. as he will not be having any knowledge. He will not be reading anything what is printed on the packets. Next one, limited supply of goods. So when there is hoarding, hoarding means sometimes they will have the thing in the market, but they keep it hidden and they create scarcity and they increase the price and they start selling it. That is also a kind of exploitation. That is when there is limited supply of goods and product. And misleading advertisement. Sometimes in advertisement, they keep the popular actors, okay, superstars, where they will mislead, like this is the most good one, or if you use this, everything will change, like that they give the advertisement, which affects the consumers. So thus they follow out blindly. So these are the few points where the consumers are getting exploited. I think all of you understood. So now the today's session is over. Those who attended, have your preparation. Soon the class will wind up. I'll send you PDF of yesterday's and today's. Long answers are remaining. Once you message me if you want. Tomorrow we'll discuss out with the long answers. Okay, good night to all.